A couple of short practice clips. That's all it took. One moment you're scrolling. The next moment Kelsey Plum is trending everywhere. And the conversation is no longer about her scoring or playmaking or the Los Angeles Sparks season. It's about how quickly a light, off-the-cuff interaction can turn into a full-blown online debate when women's basketball is being watched closer than ever. And that's the key point here. This didn't come from a heated WNBA game or some big on-court confrontation in a nationally televised matchup. The buzz started with footage from unrivaled activities in a practice-style environment where cameras are always around and players are often caught in between competition mode and casual mode. In those clips, Plum is seen playfully tapping teammates during lighter moments on the floor, and within hours, people were framing it in completely different ways depending on what they wanted to believe. If you follow Plum for any amount of time, you know she's not a robot. She's animated. She jokes around. She competes hard. And she has that edge that elite guards usually have. She talks. She chirps. She's expressive. And she doesn't shrink herself to make anyone comfortable. In the current women's basketball spotlight, that personality is part of why she's a star. But the same personality is also the reason a harmless-looking clip can spark a professionalism conversation overnight. So what did the viral video actually show? The clip that really took off involved Aaliyah Boston during a recent Unrivaled segment. In that setting, Plum jokingly referenced Boston's physical play, basically the kind of comment hoopers make all the time about elbows in traffic and bumping in the lane. Then, as they passed each other, the camera angle made it look like Plum gave Boston a quick tap from behind. It wasn't in a game, it wasn't part of an official WNBA possession, and it didn't happen in a moment where anyone looked upset. It was one of those split-second interactions that's over before you can even process it. But because it's 2026 and every star is under a microscope, people clipped it, reposted it, slowed it down, added captions, and suddenly we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about context and boundaries, and is this too much? Like a casual gym moment is being treated as some kind of official incident report. Then the internet did what the internet always does. It went looking for more. Soon after the Boston clip started circulating, compilation-style videos popped up showing similar playful moments with Rickea Jackson and Tiffany Hayes during practice sessions. The way some accounts framed it, it became a pattern. And once something gets labeled a pattern online, that's when you start seeing people throw around phrases like too friendly, even if the original footage doesn't match the intensity of the commentary. Here's what matters in real terms. There have been no public complaints from any of the players shown in the clips. None. No one involved has come out to say there was a problem. The Los Angeles Sparks haven't announced anything. Unrivaled hasn't announced anything. There's been no disciplinary action reported, no league statement, no official investigation, no formal response that suggests this is being treated as a serious issue by the organizations involved. And you can tell from the footage that these moments are happening in informal settings, the kind where cameras are present, players are loosening up, and not everything is played at the intensity level of a fourth quarter in a WNBA game. That's why the reaction says more about the current media ecosystem than it does about what actually happened on the court. Because the truth is, perception moves faster than context now. The second a clip can be interpreted in more than one way, it becomes a debate. And when the athlete is a high-profile name like Kelsey Plum, the debate grows immediately because people already have opinions waiting in their drafts. Some people love her confidence and competitiveness. Some people don't. Some people follow women's basketball like it's their main sport. Some people are new to the space and don't understand the locker room energy and the way pros interact. Everybody ends up in the same comment section pretending they're the authority. This is exactly what happens when women's basketball is operating on a bigger stage than it's ever had before. Attendance is up. TV viewership has been hitting record levels in recent seasons. WNBA stars are no longer niche sports figures. They're central to the wider sports conversation. They're discussed on major shows, clipped on major platforms, and treated like cultural figures, not just athletes. And when that kind of growth happens, it changes the relationship between players and the public. Every interaction gets analyzed. Every facial expression becomes a talking point. Every joke is treated like a statement. That's the price of being a star in a league that's finally getting the attention it's always deserved. Plum's situation is a perfect example of that shift because she's already one of the most recognizable guards in the league. Whether you know her from her scoring bursts, her swagger, or her leadership, she's not flying under the radar. She can't. She's too visible and too productive. Let's talk about the basketball side for a second, because it's easy to lose that when a clip goes viral. During the 2025 WNBA regular season, Plum put up all-star level production, 19.5 points per game, 5.7 assists, and 3.1 rebounds based on official league stats. That's not just solid. That's top-tier guard output, the kind that keeps you in the conversation with the league's elite offensive engines. And it's not like those numbers are quietly impressive. Major analysts have been pointing out her scoring efficiency, her ability to create shots, and the way she commands an offense. ESPN and other outlets have consistently highlighted her leadership and the way she sets a tone. That's why the timing of this viral moment is so weird from a hoops perspective. The basketball story is right there. A near 20-point-per-game guard having a strong season is always a headline. But in the modern cycle, the clip gets the engagement, so the clip becomes a headline. Unrivaled adds another layer to this. 2. It's an off-season league, but it's not operating like a casual run at a private gym. It's condensed, it's high profile, and it's constantly filmed. You have elite players in tighter spaces, sharing the floor more frequently, and being captured from angles that are designed to produce content. That's not a complaint. It's just reality. Unrivaled is part competition and part media product, and that means more moments get turned into viral material. And the financial side makes that visibility even bigger. Unrivaled's inaugural 2025 championship team earned $50,000 per player, which is a serious incentive and a sign this isn't being treated like a throwaway event. For 2026, organizers have confirmed a $600,000 prize pool for the championship winners to split. The stakes are increasing, the attention is increasing, and the cameras are definitely not decreasing. So when a star like Plum is operating in that environment, even a tiny interaction can turn into a huge conversation. Not because it's inherently scandalous, but because the ecosystem is built to amplify everything. People want content, and content doesn't always come from box scores. Sometimes it comes from moments between possessions. Now, the bigger debate people keep trying to have is about personality versus professionalism. And this is where the WNBA's current era gets tricky in a good way and a challenging way at the same time. The league is growing commercially and culturally, which means everything is more visible. Corporate partnerships are bigger. National broadcasts are bigger. The arenas are fuller. The expectations from the public are higher. Players aren't just competing anymore. They're building brands in real time while the cameras are on. Every athlete has to balance being authentic with being careful, because one clip can turn a player into a trending topic for something that has nothing to do with the game. And in a league where stars are finally being treated like stars, that spotlight can be both a gift and a headache. So far, though, the reality on the ground seems calm. The players involved have continued participating, and there's been no public sign of tension. The sparks haven't suggested any internal concern. Unrivaled hasn't signaled that anything needs to be addressed. And without official statements or any sign of actual conflict, it's hard to treat this as anything more than an online overreaction to a moment that looked bigger when cropped and reposted. Meanwhile, Plum looks like she's doing what elite players do, ignoring the noise and staying focused on hoops. Because at the end of the day, production still drives a long-term narrative. When you're consistently giving your team nearly 20 points a night and running offense at a high level, that's what coaches, teammates, and front offices care about. And as Unrivaled 2026 moves toward its championship and the WNBA calendar keeps rolling, the attention will almost certainly shift back to performance. That's how this always goes. The internet gets loud, then the next big game happens. Someone drops 30, and the conversation pivots right back to basketball. But this moment is still worth talking about because it shows where women's basketball is right now. It's in that phase where the spotlight is huge, the audience is growing fast, and the margin for misunderstanding is thinner than ever. That's not something the league should fear, but it is something fans need to recognize. With growth comes scrutiny, and sometimes the scrutiny isn't fair or even accurate. So, if you're watching this as a real fan, the question becomes simple. Are we going to keep treating every offhand, playful clip like a controversy? Or are we going to let players be human while we focus on what they're actually doing on the court? Because Kelsey Plum is still having an all-star level season. And whether a 10-second practice clip trend for a day or not, the basketball